Hi everyone, Rick Gideon here for Columbiana Ecclesia of God. Continuing to follow the immigration crisis over in Europe and especially Germany. As a witness to you, slide over here a little bit, as a witness to you, Germany, descendants of ancient Assyria, the most ruthless, warlike people of their day, took the 10 northern tribes of Israel into captivity, Ephraim being the lead tribe. We are Ephraim today. It's just the same nations on a bigger, grander scale playing it out on the world scene. Bible prophecy is dual. Just follow the same nations and the battles that they fought, and it will repeat itself again in the latter days. It's very simple, but then again it's very complex because you have to know who the modern day nations are from their ancient names. God is using this migrant crisis in Germany to rekindle the warlike, ruthless spirit of the German people. God says it is in their genetics. Just like a dog has a predisposition to be like gentle or more on the aggressive side, so it is with the races, the human races. Jacob was known to be a mild man dwelling in tents. He was like a family type of person. He liked to dwell in tents with his mother, and according to writings, he listened to his father and the law of God. Esau, on the other hand, was the exact opposite, a man of lust and a man of the field, taking matters into his own hands. So, once again, just reading from Scripture, this has a hint, unfortunately, of nuclear war on the United States in the future. There's no doubt in my mind, after the economy collapses, we will not be able to finance our defense, and I believe that there is an agenda to shrink our nuclear arsenal to nothing. Hosea chapter 6, starting in verse 8. Also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then I said, Here am I, send me. And he said, Go and tell this people. It's talking about us, the United States, Ephraim. We've lost our identity. Keep on hearing, but do not understand. Keep on seeing, but do not perceive. Make the heart of this people dull, and their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and return and be healed. Then I said, Lord, how long? And he answered, Until the cities are laid waste and without inhabitant. The houses are without a man, the land is utterly desolate. The Lord has removed men from afar away, and the forsaken places are many in the midst of the land. So, desolation coming for the United States, or Ephraim, the great assembly of peoples. And it says the primary culprit will be the king of Assyria, the Assyrian people, one of three great races that are going to form a confederacy that's going to form this eighth beast of Revelation 17:11. And this is describing here the Great Tribulation, the time of Jacob's trouble. So, leader of German anti-immigrant party calls on Merkel to resign. I wonder if she'll ever get to her 2017 full term in office before this is all said and done, because I see a world economic meltdown coming. China's going to enter in the world reserve currency. They're going to begin to shrink our world reserve currency status. OPEC is meeting on the 4th of December. Many members are angry at Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is angry with the U.S. because of our shale fracking, and we've dropped the price of a barrel of oil to $40, and it could go as low as $20. They're PO'd at the United States, and they, along with OPEC, accept only our dollar, the petrodollar, to sell their oil. If that comes to an end, your way of life will come to an end also. Hanover, Germany. Reuters. The leader of Germany's anti-immigrant AfD party, riding a wave of public anger against Chancellor Angela Merkel's asylum policy, on Saturday called on her to resign for throwing the country's doors open to migrants. You see, this right-wing liberalism always has the opposite effect of its stated intent. Merkel, step down. You can do it. Frank Petrie told some 600 AfD supporters, pulling a new twist on Merkel's "Wir schaffen das." We can do it message to those who doubt Germany can deal with the influx of migrants is expected to reach 1 million this year. They simply want their country, and Muslims don't assimilate. They don't. And now you're going to end up with a Nazi party is what you're going to end up with. And only that, you have secularism reigning in Europe. Christianity is dead. So we're getting a ripening for the appearance of the Antichrist. Petrie, whose Alternative for Germany is enjoying an improbable revival after nearly imploding in power struggle, and said her party stood a real chance of entering 3 new state parliaments next year in the national parliament for the first time in 2017. I think it's going to speed up. Petrie drew at least 4 standing ovations with attacks on what she called Merkel's undemocratic decision to open Germany's borders to migrants who are expected to reach 1 million this year. Merkel, who will attend the summit of European Union leaders and Turkey's Prime Minister on Sunday on the issue, has resisted pressure from her own conservatives to cap the number of refugees. So from her own party, they're crying out to her, stop it, but she's resisting. Something's going to give. If there's a terrorist attack in Germany, they will not put up with it. It will be done. So Merkel wants a multi-pronged solution to the crisis centered on working with other EU countries and Turkey. Others in her ruling coalition want to cap Germany's refugee intake. So the AfD placed third nationally at 10.5% for the first time this month in a survey for pollsters INSA after polling at 3% after Luke's exit. That was in the summer. That's how much they've grown. And as I said, in 1932, you only had about 88,000 Nazi Party members. In 1933, after a depression, Adolf Hitler was Chancellor of Germany, and 33% of the Nazi Party, they dominated the Reichstag. And then 2 weeks later, he burned it down after he was named Chancellor. The party presented its plan to end what it described as asylum chaos at the summit in Hanover. About 2,500 leftist activists, some carrying banners reading "Racism is no alternative," staged a demonstration outside the venue. AfD wants drastically to reduce the number of refugees in Germany by rejecting Syrians and Iraqis who come from safe third states. like Turkey and Lebanon, like these people are safe. This is a liberal media. There's ISIS people in there. It's a given. Just look at what happened in France. Under Petrie, the AfD has attracted far-right supporters and officials, prompting criticism from the German media and politicians who say it is xenophobic. They just want their country. They know they're Germans. Nothing wrong with that. But it will turn into something Nazistic and something ugly. You're going to get the exact opposite of what you expected. Petrie said her party was the victim of defamation campaign and called the media the Pinocchio press, lying press, a Nazi-era term which anti-immigrant protesters have revived. So she added the uncontrolled influx of asylum seekers raised the risk of terror attacks like in Paris. Duh. I mean, political correctness will make you stupid, as I've always said, and in the end it'll get you killed. I guess you don't have a chance to ask the 130 people in Paris who were killed at the hands of terrorists that question. You know what the answer they would give you now. So they're going to go to the national elections, and I think 2015-16, I'm thinking the economies of the world are going to melt down. The United States is going to melt down. 70th Jubilee. And this will only hasten the return of right-wing politics in Europe and Germany. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening.